Oh my God. That's 2 weeks in a row I'm on time. This might be a habit, you guys. This should be interesting. Oh, how are you doing the day after 4th of July? Well, I guess the 5th of July. You feeling a little oof? Did you take the day off? I hope so. Some of you guys need the day off from what I saw last night on Instagram and stuff, but also from what I saw last night around town. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. No, it's afternoon here too. I'm going to give myself $1 for every time I say that. Happy Hot Mess Monday. I am Sugar Jones, your hot mess in residence. And today is July 5th, the day after the big boom, the big party, the big barbecue, the big whatever. And I'm just kind of curious to know how you're feeling. Tell me in the comments, how are you feeling? I'm feeling fine. I didn't do a whole lot of partying yesterday. I was just kind of out around among the people, listening to music, watching everybody in their festivities, having a great time. But if you're not feeling so great this morning, I'm just going to try not to be so cheerful. My hair is feeling interesting this morning, so whatever. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about timing and silver linings. So on Hot Mess Monday, we talk about the hot messes in life, how to clean them up, how to avoid them altogether. Some of them you just kind of can't avoid. They're just things that befall you. Things like, a hose in your dishwasher ripping open and flooding your house. That's really nothing that you could have avoided. You could inspect every hose throughout your entire house, but that seems ridiculous. And that is what insurance is for. And insurance, luckily, is taking care of this. We don't own the home. We're renting there, but my landlord/roommate's insurance is handling it. So we're all good. So the reason I'm here with all these pillows is because we had to move out and we're in a local hotel down by the beach until all the renovations are complete. And we moved in this weekend, and that got me thinking about the silver linings and the timing, because it's a holiday weekend and we got to be down by the beach. Not that we couldn't drive down here, but I didn't have to figure out where to park or any of that. And I really just started kind of thinking about this whole situation. A few weeks ago, I was really complaining. I showed everybody what the kitchen looked like, how it'd been kind of in the same position for so many weeks. I mean, we are literally tomorrow, 3 months from the day that it happened. 3 months. And we're only just now moving out so that they can continue taking the flooring out of the upstairs where we sleep. Last week, they took care of the downstairs. But a few weeks ago, like I said, I was showing, kind of what was going on, and I was really, really frustrated. And I was still, up until we moved into this hotel room, super stressed out, freaking out. The first night here in the hotel room, I slept like a baby. And you might hear it going by, but we're right over the train tracks. We're going to be moving to another room today because it was a holiday weekend. We had to check into whatever rooms were available, and we got the tracks. But they're going to move us to the other side of the hotel today, which is going to be nice. So if you hear that, even with a train going by and blaring its horn, I slept like a baby the last 2 nights because I haven't been stressed out about what's been going on. It has been like low-key traumatizing. It's just been crazy to be able to hear or just worry so much about something that is causing so much havoc to our lives. And so, like I said, I've been thinking about silver linings and timing. So anyway, I am going to kind of take a look at my notes because I can't remember everything. All right. So the flood, the reason why it's been taking so long, there are a few things. First, you've got to coordinate with adjusters, insurance, contractors, and things are kind of cuckoo right now, apparently. And then also my roommate is very particular, not really particular so much as I feel like she has a really hard time making final decisions. She's really worried what the flooring is going to look like in 10 years or what the counters or what anything is going to look like in 10 years. Is it going to be trendy? Is it too trendy now? train's coming. You're going to hear it right now. Hopefully you can't hear it. But anyway, she's a little concerned that, in a few years, the flooring, the counters, whatever is going to be outdated. But I'm like, don't worry about it. Just get it taken care of. Just pick something. Okay, here we go. I kind of want to get on the train and just go. But anyway, there you go. The train came by. So it took her a long time. It took her several weeks to make a decision on the flooring. It was making me a little cuckoo. And the thing is, like, she kept bringing in more choices. And then she finally made a decision, but she had like narrowed it down to 3 because she couldn't just make the final decision. And then when she finally made the final decision, turns out it wasn't the right thing. Like, it was out of budget. And then it was a substandard, the next one was a substandard piece. So she had to go back. So it's just been kind of this thing. So finally it was chosen. Guess what? Back order. The flooring planks are fine, but it's those little end caps from the stairs. Those are on back order. I don't know. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So anyway, so the timing actually, even though it took 3 months, the thing is, we're now in July, the middle of summer, when we can really actually enjoy our time down here at the beach. It's still a little gray in the morning, but it's clearing up in the afternoons. Usually in San Diego, we have May gray, June gloom. If we would have gotten here right away, we would have really just not been, it's been drizzly. It's been like kind of cold. It hasn't been great down at the beach. So the timing of us coming here in July was actually perfect. I mean, August would have been good too, but I'm not going to wait another month for this whole thing to get started. So the timing of us getting here was great. The timing of the holiday weekend too was awesome, because we didn't have to go look for parking on 4th of July. We're like downtown, super cool. Like, everybody's riding around with their beach cruisers, music's going on, illegal fireworks are being blasted off. It was a good time. It was a great weekend to show up here, other than having to have a room over the train tracks, but that's going to get taken care of today. So, like, as much as I was complaining about it, it all worked out on that end. Really kind of nice. And that takes me to the silver linings part. So, like I said, we're a block from the beach. Holy cow. That's really cool. Like, there were some other options that had a kitchenette in the room, but those options were in a business park. And I was like, no, thank you. So the place that we ended up actually has like a microwave and a little mini fridge in each room. My son and I are next door to each other. We're not like connecting rooms, but we are next door to each other. So we're good. That's not a problem. Another thing I love about being a block down from the beach is I've always kind of wanted to live downtown. Still want to live. It's still the dream, still the plan. Just can't do it right now. It's not a thing I can do right now. I would love, and this has always been my plan, always been my dream, my goal, everything, to own a condo down at the water that I can rent out, come back to, do what I need to do. But I get to stay here now for a month, so I get a little taste of it. So maybe I can't have the condo just yet, but I get to enjoy living, quote unquote, living downtown right now, which is kind of fun. We're next to the pier, which I love. I can walk to Sunset Market, which I love. I can skate at the amphitheater, if you know Oceanside in the area. These are all like some of my favorite things that I get to do. And they're all right here, which is awesome. So as much of a pain in the butt as the flood has been, and having to move everything out and living without a kitchen for 3 months, this really is starting to make up for it. The other thing that's kind of cool is there are a few things that I was starting to, when you're in a house long enough, you're just like, ugh, this is really, really bothering me. One of the things that I loved, a few of the things that I loved when I walked in to that house when I first saw it, was that I loved the dark hardwood floors, and I loved the black marble countertops and the white, cabinets, and the backsplash that was like neutral colored. Loved all of it. I was super stoked when I first moved in there. But then I started having to sweep everything. Ugh. Sorry, I'm just thinking about sweeping every day and it makes me itch. So I'm the one that sweeps in the house. Nobody else seems to want to pick up a broom. And if you just walk in, walk around, do anything, live, breathe, there's going to be stuff, fluff, lint, sand that ends up on these dark hardwood floors. It is impossible not to see it. You can completely see everything on hardwood floors. So all I kept thinking of was it would be so much nicer if we had lighter floors. I just need to not look at my hair. It would be great if we had lighter floors. And guess what? We're getting lighter floors. Yay! Another thing is, as much as I loved the dark black, beautiful, deep black granite countertops, I was starting to see, like white counters everywhere. And I was like, freaking Instagram gets you every time. But I was like, that might be nice. It might be nice to have that light color. It looks clean, whatever. And then the other thing too is same as the dark hardwood floors, every little morsel, every little speck of dust, everything shows up on black countertops. Duh. So now we're actually going to be switching to white countertops because when they moved the island out, there was like one main island in the middle of the kitchen. When they moved it out, they realized that there was a big crack in the middle of the marble. So they had to replace everything. So since they had to replace it, she just chose to go with white. So yay, we get white countertops now. Ta-da. And then what was the other thing that was going on with the countertops? Oh, when they moved that island out, I was like, wow, the kitchen looks really huge without the island. I wonder if I can talk her into not putting the island in. Didn't have to say a word. She decided not to put the island in. We're going to have like a little bit of a peninsula return. And that's where we're going to have like a breakfast nook. And we get to have white countertops, wide, round, open kitchen, and a breakfast nook. I didn't say anything. I was just kind of thinking all this stuff in my head. And now it's all coming true. So again, silver linings, right? While all this is going on, my roommate's mom and dad are selling their house, moving out of state, and they got rid of their couches, which our couches were horrible. We've been sitting on the worst, awful couches for 3 years. Hate them, hate them, hate them. Guess what? They gave us their couches. So we got rid of those nasty brown couches. And now we have this nice sectional I was actually looking at couches that were similar to that. I'm not really a big fan of those big giant brad things that go down like the big, nails or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. I don't love those, but they're on there, whatever, that's fine. It's a sectional and it's gray. And that was kind of what I was looking for anyway. So awesome. There's a big giant credenza that I've been wanting to move downstairs, but it took me forever to get it upstairs because it's super heavy. Because they're moving everything out to redo everything, they're moving the credenza down. All I had to do was put a note on it saying, keep it downstairs. I didn't have to move it. Like so much stuff that I wanted that I've been thinking about is happening, right? So I'm like, I am like the major magical manifester right now. Everything that I wanted is happening. And that was what I really like. For the last 3 months, I've just been complaining and everything's been so like complaining inside. I've been trying to be as positive as possible, but it's really hard. Everything's like torn apart and everything is just uncomfortable and unsettled. But now it's all getting put back together in a way that I had been wanting to have done. And I'm just kind of blown away by it all. But everything else has been happening. And I'm just like, all right. Well, one final thing was, wouldn't it be great to rent this place out myself? But my roommate lives here because it's her house. She invited us to live with her. She's decided that she wants to go live with friends for a year because I'm an old lady. She's young. She wants to go live with her friends for one last year before they all move away or get married or do whatever else they're planning to do in the next year. And so now she's offered to let me rent the house by myself. So now I'm like, okay, can I afford the rent by myself? And then I think you made all the rest of this happen with all your magical manifesting. I'm sure by the time it comes to it, something's going to come up that will allow me to rent the house by myself. So I don't know why I was just, it just really hit me over this weekend that everything that went wrong in the last few months, everything that was bad after I came back from that great, beautiful retreat, everything that sucked, everything that was horrible and awful, actually has turned out to be good. And so here's this mess that happened to me, but it's actually turning out to be really amazing. So that was like my final takeaway for everything else. Be careful what you wish for because you're going to get it. You just don't know how you're going to get it. Be ready to ride a messy wave because it's going to be beautiful on the other side. I guess that's all I really wanted to say today, the day after 4th of July. So tell me about your messes that have turned into really amazing things. When have you manifested something where you were just like, oh shit, I didn't really mean that, but it happened and it turned out great? How many messes have actually been miracles in your life? So many things. Anyway, hair's flattening. So here's my messy hair because it's Messy Monday. And I hope you guys have a great week. And I will see you next week. And if you want to kind of check out where I'm at, since I'm down here right now, even though I come down here all the time, I'm going to be kind of just doing little tours of downtown and scoping out some fun little photo shoots and whatever. So follow me on Instagram at Sugar Jones. And I'll be posting some really cool things from downtown Oceanside. If you run into me, yell, say hi, buy me a drink, do whatever. And I will see you guys next Monday. All right. Have a great week, you guys. Happy Hot Mess.